Alright folks, so in this video we're going to talk about Lost Junkyard Kick, which is this move right here. Well, a common misconception about Lost Junkyard Kick is that it's a scrub move, because it's a move that noobs like to use to no avail. They don't know how to use it properly. They even like to do the low sweep version of Junkyard, back 2-3 down 4, which is trash when done into neutral. But we're not going to be mainly talking about that version of Junkyard here, because the low sweep version should only be done as a wall ender when you don't have enough time to close the distance. And the reason why this version of Junkyard is trash is because the low sweep at the end is very reactable. Your opponent doesn't have to guess mid or low. They're able to just see the beginning animation of the move, and then they're gonna be able to block the low just in time. And then what happens when the sweep gets blocked? Well, you basically die. Every time you get the sweep block, the opponent is guaranteed to launch you for a high damage combo. So remember, you don't want to be doing the low sweep version of Junkyard except when in a wall combo. Alright, so now that's out of the way, what we really want to cover in this video is the regular version of Junkyard, which is done by doing back 2-3-4. As you can see, Junkyard is a free hit string. The first hit is a mid, the second hit is a low, and the third is a mid kick that launches into a full combo. Well, chances are you already played around with Law in practice mode, so you guys already know this. But what practice mode doesn't tell you is that 1. The launching third hit is also guaranteed when the low second hit lands as a counter hit. 2. The hits of Junkyard are also very delayable. And 3. The third hit can also transition into DSS. So by knowing those, I hope you guys can see that there are many ways that we can use Junkyard. So depending on the type of opponent that you're fighting, you gotta find out how they react to Junkyard, so you can then take advantage of the properties that we just mentioned. So let us talk about the first hit of Junkyard, which is back 2. Back 2, as you can see, is this far-reaching mid that tracks the lost left side, or you could say that it tracks a right side-stepping opponent. Well, all by itself, there's nothing special about this move. You can use it as an approach tool, but it sucks because the block frames aren't that great. It's -8 on block, so it ends your turn. Well, not exactly. The opponent may still hesitate in pressing buttons, because remember what I said before. The launching third hit is also guaranteed when the low second hit lands as a counter hit. So that's the reason why they may have second thoughts in pressing buttons, which is the threat of getting launched if the second hit counter hits. So you guys can clearly see the strategy now. You can check if your opponent likes to mash after back 2, then next time you can try to catch them with a second or third hits for a nice combo. So what if the opponent is familiar with Lost Junkyard Kick? Let's say they like to low parry the low second hit of Junkyard. Again, you can test out their reactions by doing back 2 all by itself with no second and third hits. Try to see if they twitch duck after the back 2, because if they do, now you know that they just attempted to low parry the second hit. So now that you know that they like to low parry, well, to deal with opponents like these, you can just keep doing back 2 with no follow-up hits just to stay safe, or you can just try to see how they will react again. Well, you can take advantage of them trying to low parry you by knowing that they will not try to mash buttons, because you know that they're too busy trying to low parry. You can rest assured that they will not be pressing any buttons. And this buys you some time to do a mix-up, because there's a good chance that they will not try to interrupt you. So for example, you can go for a down back 3, or even a throw. Well, the move you do is totally up to you. So that is one way to deal with people who like to low parry. Well, another way is, as I have said before, the hits of Junkyard are also delayable, so you can delay the second hit to mess up the timing of their parry. Usually what you can do off a delayed second hit is just to continue on with the third hit, and yes, the third hit will just get blocked, but Law has the option to go into DSS to set up some stuff. Well, we're just gonna have to talk about DSS in the end of the video, because that on its own is another topic. Alright, so going back to delaying the second hit of Junkyard, some people may still try to low parry even the delayed second hit. And because they still have the balls to low parry you even if you already delayed the second hit, then that's when they become open to getting hop kicked, because they're really that committed to low parrying you. So you may be asking now, why does hopkick only work if they try to parry the delayed second hit? Why can't we just hopkick them when they try to low parry the undelayed second hit? Well, the short answer to that is because they have different timings. The undelayed second hit hits earlier than the hopkick, so they can try to low parry early and then rise back up and still block the hopkick. Or in other words, they can just do a fuzzy guard. So that's one key thing to remember for a mix-up to work, is that the mid and the low must have the same timing. Otherwise, they can just fuzzy guard, and you don't want that. Okay, so now let's say the opponent is now getting annoyed with you doing a mix-up after back 2 gets blocked, or they're already getting annoyed with you delaying the second hit. So either way, they can beat both of those options by trying to press buttons after they block their back 2. Most probably with a fast counter hitting move, such as say Magic 4 or Steve's back 1, moves like those. Well, it doesn't matter, they can do any move that they want, and the way you can counter that is by doing the undelayed Junkyard string. Well, as you can see, you just made them press buttons after a block back 2, so what do we do here? Well, we just launched them with the undelayed Junkyard. So we're now back to square one. Alright, so for the last part, the DSS transition off the third hit of Junkyard. Well, the way I do this is by inputting the back and the forward just before the third hit lands. And then I just press another forward during an imaginary fourth hit. Well, yeah, it's like the same trick I use in my 4-3 into DSS video. The tricky part really is figuring out when to press the second forward input. Once you get that down, this becomes a piece of cake. So to know if you're DSS cancelling early enough, the most frame advantage that you can get should be around +6 or +5. And that should be enough to let you frame trap with stuff like DSS2, which comes out at 14, or DSS1, which comes out at 13, or even DSS4-2, just to be on the safe side, which comes out at 12. Or if you don't want to go into DSS, you can certainly do that. The third hit will just leave law at -7. So at -7 you can still try to parry people who mash buttons. Well, Junkyard ending at -7 is another reason why I like ending it with a DSS forward 2, because that leaves law at neutral frames or 0 instead of -7. And also another bonus is that DSS forward 2 is also there to check people who might want to step DSS to lost left side, which is the weak side of DSS. Alright people, so that's it for this video. So if you like this video, kindly give it a like. And yes, again, thank you for watching this video, and special thanks to my patrons who keep supporting this channel no matter what. Thank you very much.